Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, our host, Deadiest Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Tier 8 auto-loading medium tank, the Lorraine 40T. Now, this is an extremely deadly tank because of the massive 4-shell clip it has, dealing 900 effective damage if you're able to get all 4 shells out. Now, that's really strong. That means that you're able to half any Tier 8 heavy tank's hit point pools, and medium tanks you're able to take off about 60 to 70% judging on how many hit points they have. That is extremely strong, and that's what makes the Lorraine such a good vehicle, is the ability to clip out tanks just like crazy. And of course, it is in the stores for today and for the next couple of days on the Black Friday sale for the price tag of 5,000 gold. Now, of course, I already did my mini review on the Object 252, and that one was definitely worth the price. If you already have the 252, I definitely suggest maybe looking at the Lorraine next or the T26E5. And the reason I specifically wanted to talk about the Lorraine is because a lot of people have been asking me if it's worth the price. And I'd say yes and no at the same time, because yes, while the Lorraine is a very good vehicle, and in fact, it's one of my strongest performing Tier 8s that I've got a long time ago, 70% win rate, over 2,000 average, which is good for a tank I managed to pick up like 2-3 years ago. It's a really solid tank, but the issue is that it's also extremely hard to run. I remember when I first got this vehicle, and I hated it, like absolutely loathed it. And the reason for that being was because it takes you 7.5 seconds to get out your clip. And once you've gotten out your clip, then you're sitting on a 20-second clip reload. Both of those values are really bad. That means that when you're trying to shoot somebody with your clip, you're probably going to be shot back. If a vehicle like, let's say, an Action 10's looking in front of you, you're going to shoot him 3 times, and you're going to take off, you know, we'll even give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say you penetrate all 4 of your shells because you have his side, you've tracked him. So you pin all 4 of your shells. You've dealt 900 damage. Well, in that time, he's managed to tap you once because, of course, he had a shell loaded. Then he's going to tap you twice, and in the time you're probably trying to back up after getting that 4th shell out, he's going to tap you 3 times. So a vehicle that's got good DPM, and of course, when you're fighting mediums, they usually have good DPM, you're going to be tapped twice for every 4 shells you're getting out if that player is smart at shooting you, which isn't the best. And this vehicle, unlike the tanks you may be shooting at, has absolutely no armor. I'm pretty sure the frontal plate is 60 millimeters, which, yeah, it's not really armored at all, which means you're going to struggle a lot to get out shells, especially penning them. A vehicle like this, Emil over here, I can't tell if he's stock, but it's not going to matter if he's stock because he's going to be able to get me very, very quickly taken out. Now, that Scorpion got a nice little shell into the Emil there, and with him not looking at me, we're going to get 1 tap into his lower plate. He's fired again, which means we're going to get 2, and of course, let's get that 3rd shell out as well. So there you go. That was a good use of my clip. You'll notice I focused somebody that was out in the open, not looking at me, and because of that, we were able to get out a big chunk of damage. In fact, 600 damage there pretty dang quickly. So now we've got vehicles like the Tiger 2 off to the side, but I'm going to push quite safely over to this spot over here to where maybe we can get some shells into the Tiger 2. There's 1 shell into the Tiger. Let's see if we can get some more out. Oop, that's the Rev. Don't want to necessarily play with that. Let's get another shell out. Nope. Maybe not. Okay, we're just going to back up here. We're going to save the shell until we get into cover, of course, but once we get into cover, like now, we're going to start reloading our tank's clip immediately because, of course, I want to get that DPM as quickly as possible. So we got that Tiger who just got a massive schlap. I think that was actually a max roll from, what would that be, the Scorpion G hit him? Yeah, not necessarily something you want to have happen. Now, you will also notice that the Lorraine struggles on the premium pen a little bit. Like, you could see there, we couldn't really penetrate the Tiger 2 fully on. Now, we're going to get a nice little slap right in the side of him, and now of course we can start shooting at vehicles like the Object 252. So let's start doing that. And yes, this is of course again where you can make your clip super deadly and effective in the Lorraine. Now this 252 targeting us, of course, is not necessarily what I want, so you know what, I'm not even going to deal with him now. I'm gonna let him deal with the KV. If he wants to target me, that is his choosing. We're just going to sit here again. He's just going to keep looking at me. That's actually good. You know, what we're doing is we're distracting for the team. I don't really understand his reasoning, but we're doing our job here. We're just going to wait for our clip to reload, of course. I've got that massive clip reload as it is. You can really see how poor it is. And now we can start shooting at the Object 252. Let's get 1 shell into him. And I don't think he actually damaged anybody because he targeted me so hard there. So we've got that's not a Lorraine. I was about to say Lorraine. That is not a Lorraine. That is an M4 Rev over to the side. Let's get 1 shell into him, and he's not liking his HP too much anymore. We've got the Leo off to the side, who we might be able to get 1 snap into, and maybe just another. Come on, there he goes. That was 400 hit points off of that Leo, and once again start reloading the clip. So you can see how this tank can be extremely hard to run. You need to work that clip effectively, and like now, I'm a sitting duck. You know, I've got to get that clip reloaded, but once I get it loaded, that's when this vehicle becomes exponentially deadly. Like, yeah, this scent and the rev here, they're not going to like me too much. So let's get one shell out into the rev, and hopefully our KV is going to tap the guy as well. Yes, KV, I believe in you. Good shells. Okay, so all we have left is the Centurion one, and of course, I'm going to start trying to clip him out. So, honestly, if I do this correctly, what I'm going to do is big brain move. We're going to clip him, and then give him a little bit of a love tap, and there you go. Now let's start shooting at his gun mantlet, and we'll load a premium shell just to make sure it pens. There you go, taking out the Centurion 1. So that was a fantastic first game played in the rev to see what's good about it. It's got that clip, and that clip gave me a lot of effectivity in that game. I was able to get 3,900 damage out. I flanked the enemy. You'll notice I didn't want to trade with anybody that had big damage. A tank like that rev, if he was smart, and of course he was doing the right thing, he was trading with me. If he was able to shoot me every time, even with HE in the side, because, yeah, newsflash, this thing has literally 0 armor on the sides. It's 30 millimeters thick on the side and 55 on the front and 20 on the rear. Oh boy, is this thing weak. And the turret, as you can see, 40 millimeters on the front, 30 on the sides. It's literally no armor. And it makes sense because it's quick. It goes 60 kilometers per hour, something like that. Yeah, 60 forwards, 23 in reverse. It's a very quick tank with a fantastic power to weight of 23.5. And the penetration, as I said, isn't necessarily the best on the premium. It's 259, so it's good, but it definitely struggles occasionally, although I'm actually running vents on this vehicle, which surprises me, but you know what? I guess I'll keep running them as it's been working quite well for me overall. So, of course, let's get stuck into one more game here and see if we can keep up that good luck streak. Now, the biggest issue I can say with the Lorraine, one thing I'll always say, is just because you see me pull out one really good game does not mean that this tank is fantastic, at least in every game by any means. Because for every good game I pull out, there's an equally and terrible game I have pulled out. And one of the biggest issues with the Lorraine is getting out the clip and trading. Because it has no armor, as I said, like literally no armor. So if I run into a vehicle like a 252, he's going to shoot me for 400. All he has to do after he shoots me is back into a corner, and I can't do anything if he's got his team there. So you have to play this tank so carefully. You have to analyze every situation, and especially with the Emils now, the Annihilators, the Smasher spam, and everything else like that, this tank is so much harder to run now in the current meta of Blitz. It's not fun. It's really, really tricky. You have to pay attention to everything. So that's one thing you really got to worry about when you're running the Lorraine. So we're going to see here if we can flank the enemy team. That's, of course, why I've pushed over here. But at the same time, I'm not going to be stupid and push out because sometimes the enemy team likes to go to weird positions. So we're going to wait here. We got our Stock Panther 2. Oh boy, I'm excited for that. It doesn't seem like they're going here. Watch me pull around this corner and there'll just be 5 tanks. I don't really know, to be fair. They're, like, positioned really weirdly because they've got 2 tanks in a really... I don't know what they're doing. Okay, well, let's get 2 shells out at least. You can see where that 2.5 second interclip is quite bad. And there you go. We were tapped right through the turret. So let's see if we can at least tap him. No. Okay, so we took off about 400 from that guy, maybe a little less. And again, we received a shell back. So pretty much we're still not doing the best for already starting off this game. And that's, of course, the issue, is the armor on this tank is little to none. And, well, let's see what we can do here. So that Luva's fired, but again, my clip reload is so ridiculously long, I really can't do much about that. There's an unfortunate bounce, and ooh, that was really lucky that we managed to bounce those shots. Okay, let's back up, and, let's go out in glory. Let's not fight that. The Annihilator will demolish me every single time. So let's squeeze our way through here. Goodbye, my comrade. Already, our team is managing to scuff this game quite quickly. So they pushed really weirdly, like no clue what the enemy team's doing. And if I pay attention closely enough, we are going to push our tank right up here. That way, oh, there's the Peter. Okay, well, maybe we can actually clip this guy out. I would love to. That would be fantastic, in fact. We've also got, like, the Object 252 off to the side, but if we can, you know what, we've also got the Louvre off to the side. Let's get 1 shell into him. Let's go for the track wheel. Oh, you know what, that works just as well. Let's get a shell into you, and then because we've got a 4th shell, finish off the Louvre. That's, of course, where you make use of the vehicle's advantages, because that was 4 shells, and we were able to clip out the full health Louvre there pretty much, and then we can back in the cover. But you can see how bad that clip reload is. It struggles a lot. So, yeah, there goes my teammate. We're gonna back up here, because I don't want to play with you. No, thank you. Okay, now we can start playing with you. I'm not sure really what this guy was thinking, because, yeah, he's not going down with glory. Finish him off, and there we go. So that's, again, me using the clip effectively. So now we got to be careful. We got the RHM and, as well, the Object 252, which are both extremely deadly tanks. And if they're both smart and they shoot HE at me, well, I'm toast. So we've got the IS-5 that's left over here. I need to take out that RHM as quickly as possible. Thankfully, our clip is very, very deadly. So I need to be able to get that RHM. So let's go. Let's see what we can do here. Hopefully that guy doesn't push. Oh, go, go, go. You know what? We can actually start clipping you as well, but, yeah, we need to get out of here, like, now. Let's try and get out as quickly as possible. Oh, boy. This team did not do the best. Go. Get out. No. Okay, well, you can start to see the issues again with this vehicle, is it has no armor, and now that my clip is reloading, I got to get out of here. Now, hopefully that HTC is going to do a decent job, because we can full health clip out the Object 252 if we run this tank correctly. And that's what I'm going to try and do here. We're going to, and the team blew it. Oh, boy. Okay, so we have the capabilities to win this game, but that is we have. Okay, so let's start shooting at the Object 252 here. There's 2 shells into him. Come on, we can get a third. I believe, yep, there's a third shell out. And let's maybe get a shell into the RHM. Oh, he missed. That's actually fantastic for us. So now, oh, gee, my Wi-Fi is lagging there quite a bit. So now we got to run, of course. Don't you love that? So let's try and pretend like we're getting out of here. Honestly, if we sit behind this rock here, this might give us a really good position to sit quite comfortably. So we might be able to spot that 252 if he tries to pop around here. In fact, let's pop into this bush right here. I think that this is going to be a really effective spot. I don't know what that 252 is planning, but if he's doing this the way I hope he is, we're going to be fine. So let's wait. We got time, and this is, of course, where an autoloader is really effective, because we have the capability of clipping out both of the enemy tanks. And thankfully, because of my decent aim, we were able to take out the one vehicle. The question is, oh, shoot. Well, we have, oh, somebody missed. Who missed? I would love to see. That would be the enemy RHM, which means, well, we got the 252 off to the side. Let's load an APCR. Come on, I believe. We are in a very bad predicament right now, aren't we? Okay, well, this isn't super fun. Let's see if we can get that shell into the RHM. No! As you can see, again, that shell just snipping the corner of our tank. Sadly, we got detected there, which was surprising to me. But we did do the best we could. Again, 3,680 damage. You can see the tank's really solid, unless you get a bad team. Sometimes you really fall apart. But we did the best we could, and that's all I can say. So hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. Now, you can see the Lorraine's good, and it struggles with certain aspects. I would definitely say, if you're not necessarily the best of players, don't get your hands on this tank. And it's not saying you're bad or anything like that, but it's a really, really tricky tank to play. And for the average player, it's one of the hardest vehicles to run. You're just going to get killed if you don't run it correctly. So I definitely suggest to be careful on spending your money on this tank. If you're newer to the game, definitely look at more vehicles like the Object 252 or the T2065, even heck the 34-3. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you did, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it helps set the channel a crazy, crazy amount. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.